Your design is a file on your computer right now. This next part gives Claude a direct connection into your WordPress site so it can rebuild that design as Elementor blocks you can edit. That connection is one free plugin called Nova Mira. It installs differently from the others we did earlier, so follow along here closely. It isn't in the WordPress plugin library, so searching won't find it. You download it from the maker's website and upload it yourself, which takes us about 30 seconds. Go to novamira.ai/download, or just click the link in the description below. When you're there, click the Download Zip button. Save it somewhere easy to find on your computer. The Downloads folder is just fine. Then go back to your WordPress admin panel. On the left side, click Plugins. Click Add Plugin at the top. Then in the upper left, click Upload Plugin. Click Choose File. Then select the Nova Mira zip file from your downloads. Then click Install Now, and then click Activate Plugin. When you see a message about Nova Mira, it's successfully installed. Next, hover over Nova Mira in the left bar and click Configuration. Then check the box to turn on AI abilities for this site and click Save Settings. You'll get a pop-up warning that says this looks like a production site. There's nothing to be concerned about here. You can go ahead and click OK. And then if everything works correctly, you should have this Choose Your Authentication Method message appear. If this doesn't appear for you, the issue is most likely because of your domain. If you bought a custom domain, but you don't see your custom domain in this top bar here or in your address bar, swap out the temporary domain, the part before WP admin, with your actual custom domain, then relog into the WordPress admin panel and come back to this page here. Then you should be able to turn on the AI abilities for the site and get this authentication method message. If you don't have any issues and this appears right away, good for you. We can continue. Go ahead and click OAuth for your authentication method. Then select Claude Desktop. Next, click Copy under this section B here and go to your Claude Desktop app. Make sure you're in the Code tab, not the Home tab, and then click the plus button at the bottom. Hover over Connectors and then Manage Connectors. Then in the upper right, click Add Custom Connector, and then paste in that value from Nova Mira here in the name field. Next, return to WordPress, copy the server URL, that's the next URL down, return to Claude Code, and paste that in to the remote MCP server URL field. Then click Add. Next, you'll get this message saying you're not connected. Go ahead and click Connect. We're going to authorize it, and you'll land on this Authorize Application page. Go ahead and scroll down and click Authorize. You might get this pop-up that says Open Claude. You can click to open Claude. And then you return back to this connectors page here with Nova Mira connected. Now let's go ahead and change the permissions from needs approval to always allow. This way, you don't have to have Claude constantly stopping to ask permissions to do things on your brand new website. If you're not comfortable with that, you can keep it on needs approval, but you're going to have to manually approve a lot more stuff inside of Claude for it to do anything for you. This might be more important for you to step back to needs approval if you're making changes on a live site that already exists. But since we're spinning up a fresh site for now, there's really nothing for it to seriously break. So that's why I like to leave it on always allow. It can just keep working. Once you've got that set up, go ahead and close out of this connectors view. All right, now here we are in the Claude Code chat interface. Now, if you've never used the Claude Code tab, don't let the name scare you. You still just chat with Claude the same way you normally do. You type what you want in normal language and it answers. The window looks a bit different, but that's about it. What changes is what Claude can actually do. In the Code tab, it can read the design files on your computer, connect to your website, write changes into it, and then check its own work. It can also run small programs on your machine, which matters more than it sounds. Your design comes with photos that need converting into a format WordPress handles well, and the design files themselves need reshaping to fit how Elementor stores a page. Claude Code does that work properly because it can run the tools that do it. The regular chat window can hold a conversation about your site, but it can't do that part. That's why we're here. So first up, go ahead and create a new project folder for your website. You can do that by clicking the folder selector in the bottom, the working directory, and then let's set up a folder for your site. So I'm going to click into Documents and then click New Folder and say Bud's Landscaping. We'll go ahead and open that. And then say that we trust this workspace. That means we're just telling Claude we trust this folder. Next, let's go to our downloads folder and copy that zip design file to our new folder. I'll go to Documents, Puds Landscaping, and paste that in. Setting up a proper project folder here matters because Claude remembers everything about this build, which makes adding pages later a single prompt. Next, set the permissions under your chat from manual or accept edits, whatever it is, to auto, and then click Enable Auto Mode. Let me explain to you what that means because you should understand it before you click it. On auto, Claude gets on with the job without stopping to ask you about every step. That includes installing tools it needs and doesn't find on your computer. It might grab Git or Node or an image conversion tool. None of that is anything to worry about. They're standard, widely used developer tools, and it's fetching them to do the work you asked for. I'm leaving mine on auto because I've run this build several times and I know what it does. If you'd rather see every request before it happens, you can leave it on manual instead and approve them one at a time. But again, it's slower, but it's a perfectly reasonable choice. Next, we want to make sure that the connector for Novamira is actually set up. Sometimes it doesn't come through cleanly, so go ahead and click the plus icon, hover over connectors, and make sure Novamira is showing up here and is toggled on. If it's not available, go ahead and close out and restart your Claude desktop app, and on restart, it should show up. Or if it's just showing up as not toggled on, go ahead and toggle it on. And if it's still not available or it's not working for you at all, go back to Manage Connectors and confirm that it's appearing here. If it appears here, it might not have the check mark and just have a connect button instead. Go ahead and click that. Basically, whatever steps you need to take to make it so that Novamira actually shows up in this connectors list, go ahead and follow those. We need this to make sure everything lands in WordPress. And if you connected Artlist to Claude Design earlier, go ahead and make sure it's switched on here as well. Claude Code can use it too, which comes in handy later when we add more pages to our site. Finally, I recommend making sure you're set to the highest model available to you. Smarter models generally do a better job with more complex tasks like initial website builds and converting the formats over. Right now, I have Opus 5 as the best available model to me, so I'll go ahead and work with that. Now we're going to submit our first prompt to make sure everything is connected properly. You can either copy and paste this prompt from the PDF doc or copy it from the screen here. I'm going to say, are you connected to my WordPress site? Tell me the site name and the active theme. And we'll go ahead and submit that. Ask that before you go further and read the answer properly. It'll tell you the site name, the WordPress version, and the active theme. That last one is why we're asking. If it says anything other than Astra, your theme never activated, and now is a much better time to find that out than an hour from now. Here I got a response back. It says, yes, connected via the Novamira MCP server. It has my site name and the active theme, as well as the WordPress and PHP number, Elementor number, and all the plugins we have set up. Great. We are good to go. It's time to build our website. Now we move the design into WordPress, and the wording of this prompt that we're going to use does a lot of work. So copy it out of the free prompt pack in the description rather than retyping it. You're going to scroll down and use prompt number 4 here. It all fits onto one page, so you can just copy this whole thing and then paste it into the same Claude chat you checked the WordPress site connection in. Next, click the plus button, add files or photos, and then select your design zip folder. Now, before we submit this prompt, I want to point out this last line here. Build the homepage first, then stop and tell me it's done so I can check it before you continue. The reason this line is in here is simple. If you let it build all 5 pages at once and something's wrong with how it's doing the work, you now have 5 broken pages and you're starting over. So you get 1 page right first, Claude works out exactly how to handle the design on that page, you check it, and then it repeats what worked on the rest of the pages. Fixing 1 page takes a few minutes, rebuilding 5 takes a lot longer. Now the rest of this prompt is still worth reading through, mostly because you'll learn a lot by reading it. In short, it tells Claude to build with real Elementor elements instead of pasting in code, to keep the header and the footer out of the pages, to turn your colors into reusable variables, and to rebuild the mobile layout with Elementor's own controls. There are also 2 lines about images. Some of your images might be files sitting in that folder, the zip folder. Others, if you used a generator, are links pointing at somebody else's server, which is no good for a website you own. So these lines tell Claude to fetch anything that's only a link, keep a real copy, convert every photo into a web-friendly format at a sensible file size, and put them all in your media library. That way, every image on your finished site actually belongs to your site. One line I would never remove, though, is the one about style sheets. It tells Claude not to write one and to tell you instead if something can't be done without it. This is the trap in this whole method. Claude can hand you a page made of proper Elementor elements and then style all of them from a separate sheet of code off to the right. It looks right and the elements look editable, but when you change a color in Elementor, nothing happens because the code is overruling you. That one sentence turns a silent workaround into something Claude tells you about. Prompting is most of the skill with this kind of work, so read it through, change it if your project needs something different, though I'd be very careful about that. And then when you've got everything ready to go, hit send. Now, this can take a while. Again, anywhere between 10 and 30 minutes. It's reading 5 pages of design files, working out how Elementor stores every one of those styles, and building it properly. So go do something else, get a cup of coffee or drink of water, then come back here. I'll fast forward to when it's done. All right, Claude finished its work and it gave a report of what it did. So it says the homepage is built and live at this URL here. We'll click that in a minute, but first let's read what it said here at a very high level. It confirmed that it set up 87 Elementor elements. That's great. It downloaded the generated images, converted them, and put them in the media library on WordPress, set up the pages properly, and gives a list of things that I should know. There's a few things that couldn't become Elementor variables, but the 23 colors and 2 fonts are real global variables. It had to change the way it handed gradient colors. And there are links pointing at pages that don't exist yet. That's okay, we'll build those in the next step. The homepage lives at /home and it hasn't put it on the actual front page of the site yet. So let's go check it out. We'll copy the link and navigate to it in our browser. And there's our design pulled into WordPress. Now, one thing I want to point out, this header does not look like the header in the design, and that's deliberate. Remember, right now we're just building the home page itself, and the header element is a separate element entirely. So if your header and footer don't look right, that's okay. We'll take care of that next. The main thing you want to confirm is that the rest of your design looks accurate. Overall, I'm thinking this looks pretty good. We've got the hover states for the buttons working well. All the colors came through nicely. We've got hover states here, although those seem to have changed colors. I think those were green before, but maybe they're actually yellow now because the accent color is yellow. I'm not sure. I'd have to check the design. I actually like how this looks, so I'm fine with it. Scrolling to this section though, we see there's an issue with this gallery button here. So I'm going to take a screenshot of it and then drag it into my Claude chat. We'll explain it to it in a minute. Finishing scrolling through this design, I think everything looks pretty good. And again, the footer is not quite right yet, but that's okay. All right, in Claude, let's react to the build it gave us. I'll say, the build looks great overall. There's just one problem. The gallery button doesn't appear to be styled correctly. Please review the screenshot and the code and then fix. Go ahead and react like this to anything that seems off in your build. I have some example recovery prompts in the prompt pack PDF. You can use either of these or this one I'm using now as a guide. Let's go ahead and submit that, and I'll fast forward to when it's done. After a few minutes, Claude comes back with another report that's similar to the last one. It explains what was wrong. It explains that it fixed it. It caught some other stuff while I was in there. All right, let's go check it out. Let's refresh this page. Scroll to the top. Nothing else broke, it looks like. And the gallery link is fixed. This looks much more like our original design. Now, before you go ahead and allow all the other pages to get built, let's confirm that we can edit this with Elementor. Click Edit with Elementor in the top bar. And here we are inside the Elementor editor. If I click on this, this is a proper header. I can actually edit this if I want to. I could drag things around. These are proper elements. If I click on a button, I could set a link. Claude successfully converted our design into an editable format inside of Elementor. Once you've confirmed that Claude has imported everything for you correctly, go ahead and return to Claude and say, build the remaining pages. Like the other prompts, this takes a while, so I'll fast forward to when it's done. Again, after a few minutes, it comes back with a response saying that the other pages have been built. There's 0 leaked base styles across all the pages. The internal links now resolve, and there's a typo in the source copy, but we can quickly address that. And the header and footer still haven't been touched. That's to be expected. All right, let's go check it out on the website. Here, let's simply go to budslandscapingboston.com. We'll go to home. There's our nice homepage. We've already seen that. Let's toggle through the others. About. There's a typo I was talking about. It wants this to be an, not a. And this is looking pretty good. It rebuilt the design really nicely. Let's check out the other pages. Contact. Here we go. And there's a placeholder here for the contact form. That's exactly what we want. We'll add in our WP contact form in a bit. Here's a gallery. Looks excellent. And our services page. Beautiful. Everything's been pulled in correctly. Let's make sure the button works. Request an estimate. Takes us to the contact page. Go through all of your pages just like this, making sure everything got pulled in correctly. If anything's weird, simply ask Claude to fix it. Your pages have no header or footer yet, and that's deliberate. In WordPress, those live in one place and appear on every page, so you only have to build them once. Astra has that builder included. First, let's sort out your menu, and the order of operations matters here. So you can see here at the top, we have our menu, but it's a little weird because everything's just in alphabetical order, not necessarily in order that makes sense. We can set up our menu manually ourselves to make sure it's the way we want it, and then we can have Claude build the header around it. So to do this, click the WordPress icon in the upper left, then in the left sidebar, hover over Appearance, and then select Menus. You can close out of any pop-ups. Then we're going to create the new menu. We have nav items in our header, but we don't actually have a built menu inside of Astra. So to do this, first give it a name. We'll call it header. Then create a menu location. We'll say primary menu, and then click create menu. Now we can add menu items, and these options for the menu items appear on the left side. So let's add contact, about, gallery, and services. Personally, I'm going to skip home because just clicking on the logo for a website typically takes you home. So we'll go ahead and click add to menu. And there we go. And now we can rearrange them however we want. Typically, I think contact is best last, but about, gallery, services, contact looks about right for me. So I'll click save menu. And now we've created a menu. Next, let's paste in the header and footer prompt from the prompt pack. That's prompt number 7 here. So go ahead and copy this, return to Claude Code, and paste it in. It says, set up the Astra header and footer to match the design I gave you using the site menu I just created. Use the designs from the Claude design package I provided earlier. And then go ahead and submit that. This should take a few minutes, but not nearly as long as building 5 pages. But I'll still fast forward and meet you when it's done. After a few minutes, it comes back and says that Astra's header and footer are configured across all the pages. It gives some details, and then, at least for me, one thing it pointed out is that it still hasn't put the home page at the root domain. It's still set to home. So let's go ahead and have it update that real quick. Add home to the menu and set it as the front page, and then we'll check things out. All right, and I got my message from Claude saying it finished, so let's go check it out. There it is, logo, menu, button, and let's scroll down. There's our footer on every page without me placing any of them. Now, this part lives in Astra rather than Elementor, so let me show you where it is because you'll want it later. From your site, click Customize in the top bar. Then click Header in the left nav bar. Then click Site Title and Logo. And then here is your primary menu. You can click on it and then make modifications here by clicking Configure Menu from here. You'll select the primary menu, or there's this secondary menu in the header here. This is the phone and quote form. And there's also the footer menu, which you can access down here. Scroll down and you can edit how this shows up as well. If you ever want to change or resize your logo, you can do that by clicking the pencil icon on the logo. And you can make lots more changes like this. So essentially, this is where you come back to when you want to make edits to your header and footer by hand. If you've just been watching and you haven't been following along step by step, it's time to build. Use the link on screen or the one in the description to claim an additional 10% off any Hostinger plan and get your site started. Thanks for watching. Now go build something awesome.